Let me tell you something. Instead of them worrying about showing a video with CM Punk and somebody, they better be worried about how to draw some ratings and money. I think what they should have been doing is paying very close attention to WrestleMania. They should have been watching that, because that's how you draw money.
All right. Look here, let's talk about AEW because, and I know you don't like AEW, but I'm going to say this now.
No, listen, it's not that I don't like AEW. It's not, my thing with AEW is, they don't like me. So that's what I'm saying. I just don't have nothing to do with people that don't like me.
Well, we better shut up then and go back to us. AEW, though, they have said they're going to release, and by the time you see this, they would have released the backstage video from when CM Punk and Jungle Jack, Jerry Perry, whatever his name is, got into an argument backstage. And this is after CM Punk just recently was on Ariel Helwani's podcast and made comments about AEW and what went down. Teddy, does it seem like Dynamite, Tony Khan, AEW is still relying on CM Punk to sell their product?
Well, why wouldn't they? Right now, they that's number two that they missed. They had him and they let him go. Now he goes back to WWE, becomes the biggest star, on that roster with all the rest of them, Drew, Roman, and everybody. So I don't understand, what do they keep trying to do? I mean, it's showing the video now. What does that mean? That really doesn't do anything unless people just want to see what really happened. But I mean, this thing is over and done. So I don't understand it.
It's just because they want to make Punk look like an idiot and say he's lying to everybody, that what he said was all a lie. And look, suppose the video doesn't show that. Suppose some of the people who watch AEW right now believe that Punk was the evil devil and they watch the video and go, oh, why did he get fired?
Well, what they're doing too, everything you can use, that's a hook. So they're just trying to draw numbers. They figure that the people really now, okay, well, we really gonna find out what happened now. And it might not be anything, but we don't know that until you see it. I
just don't think that you use another company's name who's not in your company anymore. A private matter doesn't belong on Dynamite on Wednesday night. I just think that's bad business. And unless that video shows something.
Let me tell you something. Instead of them worrying about showing a video with CM Punk and somebody, they better be worried about how to draw some ratings and money. I think what they should have been doing is paying very close attention to WrestleMania. They should have been watching that, because that's how you draw money. What just happened here this past weekend. So AEW needs to sit down and try to get some, take some lessons.
Yeah, and what we saw on Sunday night, especially at WrestleMania, was professional wrestling.
Exactly.
Stories, wrestling. It was happening in the ring. And the reason why that night, I watched every second of that night, number 2, from start to finish. I didn't leave unless I had to go to the restroom. That was it. But I mean, outside of that, Teddy, I was into that show. It was a good program. And you're right.
That's what I'm saying. They should have been paying attention and took some pointers and learned something from watching WrestleMania. Because like I said, that AEW, Jake the Snake Roberts in my opinion, is one of the realest people that they've got there. Until they get rid of that good old boy system that's still there, then ain't nothing gonna happen there.
That's a shame because they had something when they first started. I think they need to go back to where they began, really. If they go back with the sense of what they did with the independents and drawing the independents into their shows and trying to say, we're a part of the smaller, don't compete with WWE. That's what I'm trying to say. Don't compete with them. That's not your competition. Your competition is yourself right now because everything they're doing is kicking their own selves in the ass.
What are you worried about what WWE is doing? You need to worry about what you got. That's what happened with TNA. And all those guys, when Dixie Carter and all of them stepped in there trying to worry about how they going to beat Vince. You wasn't going to beat Vince. Vince created this stuff.